Welcome to episode 71 of the You Ball podcast. I'm your host, Matt DeGennaro, and I am joined here today with the lovely Jonathan Stevens. Jonathan, say hi to the people.
What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all staying warm out there in this cold, brisk winter.
This is true that this winter has really just come upon us really quickly, right? Nice weather, sunny, kind of warm in November, which is really odd here in on the East Coast. But all of a sudden it's snowing, right? Do you like snow, Johnny?
I do like snow.
You
The
like
ice is a
snow?
little scary, but
Ice? You don't like ice?
I don't like ice.
No ice in the veins, nothing like that.
Interpret it, sure.
Shout out to Dito.
Yes, I
Okay,
I don't know.
all right. All right. Before we get into the pod today, Zach unfortunately cannot join us today, but that's the best part about this new model for the pod is that no matter what, we're going to be uploading regularly with at least two of the three of us. So you no longer have to worry about missing out on your favorite podcast known to mankind. Isn't that right, Johnny?
That's right.
Yes. So last podcast, we talked too much, not too much, rightfully so, though. We talked a lot about the Mets. Today, it is our turn to finally talk about the New York Yankees. Is that right, Johnny? I know
That's
you're
right.
waiting. You're
I'm
waiting.
waiting a lot,
All right, so we have
very much.
in our short time frame we have today, we have a lot of topics to talk about. So why don't we go ahead and start with the very first topic of the day, one that has been rumbling a lot on Yankees Twitter. Jazz Chisholm's name has been being thrown around by the Yankees, just looking to field offers, accept some calls possibly. So Johnny, what are your thoughts on all this Jazz Chisholm trade rumors? Do you think he's getting traded? What are your thoughts on it? What do you make of it?
I don't think he's getting traded. There's no way at all. I mean, this
Okay.
is a kid, a guy that I think has a chance to be 40 for 40. He was 30 for 30 last year. If he stays healthy, I think he can be a 40 for 40 player. He is by far a top five, arguably top three, second baseman in all of baseball. And the idea of letting him go, who I think is one of our best bats, is ridiculous. We shouldn't do it. We already have enough holes to fix. That's just a hole that we need to avoid
Yeah.
and keep him there. I don't really see why we're entertaining it at all.
No, yeah, I agree completely. I think it's more so just due diligence. I don't expect the Yankees to trade him. I expect Jazz Chisholm to finish the year with the Yankees. But like I said, it's due diligence. Brian Cashman is just doing his work as a GM, seeing what teams are actually willing to offer. And if there really is this like absolutely yes deal, then he's probably going to do it. But I do not see Jazz getting traded at all this season. Like I said, I think he finishes out the year as a Yankee in regards to next year, maybe you might disagree with me here. I don't think Jazz is coming back. I think it's very interesting, like how apparent the Yankees have been with not wanting to pay Jazz or not wanting to extend him. And now that they're like floating his name around in trade potentials, like trade offers and all that, it's a little weird to me. So it's almost like a Glaber thing where like they're making it kind of apparent that they don't want to necessarily retain him. And I don't understand because, like you said, I agree. I think Jazz is arguably a top three second baseman in the sport, and he has been so good for us over the span of a full season. If you compare the half season and the full season that he missed some time, like he's so good and he embraces being in New York and he can perform, and that's something that they want to bring Bellinger back for is that he's able to perform in New York. So if you do trade Jazz away, even though he's good in those aspects, it's a little hypocritical in my personal opinion. So I agree. I think trading Jazz it just makes no sense for the Yankees, but I think it's just still due diligence, like I said. What else do you think?
No, I mean, we'll cross that bridge later
Okay,
next semester, next season
next
when we
semester.
get to it. Yeah,
Mhm.
when we get to it.
It's technically true. Next semester is technically true. That is true.
But yeah, I don't. We have enough problems to address. We're going to talk about it later, but that is something I'm not even considering. If I'm being honest, like
Mhm.
it's ridiculous.
No, yeah, like if I get a notification that I see the Yankees have traded Jazz Chisholm, I would be mad.
Yeah, my jaw will drop.
Yeah, I can't even begin to imagine like what the return would even be. Like,
I mean, unless it's for Cattell, but I don't think we're going to do that. And Cattell doesn't
no.
even want to be a Yankee, so don't come here if you don't want to be here.
No, yeah, no. Yankees are not getting Ketel Marte. They are on his no trade list, and I know there's a lot of people that say it's just to regulate or it's just to dictate what teams you go to. Just because you're on the no trade list doesn't mean you can't get traded to those teams. You definitely can, but it's an odd list. I think like what teams are on it, like the Pirates and A's and stuff, and
Yeah,
like
I
the Giants, Cardinals, Yankees. I don't know.
mhm.
It's something like that. And when you have the Pirates and A's on there, no disrespect to the A's, they've been getting better, but you have the Pirates on there. maybe you look at it deeply and you're like, ah, maybe he actually doesn't want to play for these teams. Maybe he doesn't want to be in the bright lights of New York. Maybe he wants to go to like a more calm, not so bright Queens, right? You think you think that's why? No, you're shaking your head. Sorry, little
No,
jab. There's always got to be at least one Mets joke scattered along every pod. Zach's not here, so I'm sure he'll
can't defend
watch this.
himself.
Exactly, can't defend himself. But no, I don't know. I don't even know what a Jazz trade would look like for the Yankees.
I don't either. That's what I'm saying. Like I like no,
I
no,
don't
no, no.
I don't see like how you can justify trading him and then claiming that you're still trying to be competitive. Like
That's yeah.
those two don't coincide. And then that same logic applies to guys like Bellinger and Kyle Tucker, which is honestly the next topic if you want to roll right into it, or unless there's another thing you wanted to touch
No, I'm
on with
fine.
Jazz.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
All right, do you want to segue right into
Yeah,
Kyle
let's
Tucker
do
and
it. All right,
Bellinger?
so the narrative since this offseason has started is if are the Yankees going to get Kyle Tucker or Cody Bellinger? I was saying they should get both. That's not realistic, unfortunately, as much as
Sure.
I argued with DJ about that in the past, and I've come to terms with that.
It's not gonna
So
happen.
it's now one or the other. And honestly, I don't think we're getting Tucker at all because he's gonna get he's gonna get a huge contract. He's gonna get a lot of years. And I personally think here's the problem, and this is the narrative that I don't like. Kyle Tucker and Cody Bellinger are not the same person.
This is true.
So we need to stop talking about it like it's one or the other. If you get Kyle Tucker, then that is something where I'm like, okay, I'm fine with not really making any crazy additions to this lineup. If you get Cody Bellinger, I'm like, all right, that's great. But he's not a guy where I say, oh, yeah, we just got him. That's enough to win a championship. So while I think that's what they're going to do, there's just no way that he's going to be getting the same amount of money as Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker is going to get a huge contract, probably like 350, $400 million, 6 or 8 years,
Maybe
around there.
10, closer
And
to 10, I think.
yeah, so if we don't want to do that, fine. I really like don't like have a huge problem with that. But here's what I do have a problem with. If you sign Cody Bellinger and just say, all right, we got our free agent, that's it, we're done, we're good, we're gonna run it back now with these guys, our rotation is gonna be awesome, then I have a serious problem. That scares me to death. Let alone just getting him at all. Because Cashman made it clear at the press conference a couple weeks ago that oh well, now that you got Trent Grisham, now we can go for Tucker or Bellinger. But if worst case scenario, we can have Dominguez and Spencer Jones
Yeah.
battle out a spot.
I think that's
And
just fluff. I don't think Cashman would actually be comfortable going into the season with Dominguez or Jones as their starting outfielders, but continue. That's my opinion.
so and here's why I would have liked this isn't happening because it's done. This is why I think it was reported on the fan today on Evan and Tiki that the Yankees, their estimated range that they calculated was that the Yankees have about $25 million to spend if they don't want to go over their payroll. I don't know how true that is.
Go over what? What do you mean? Like over their
Like
payroll?
their pay, if they go any higher than that, it's going to be going over the payroll from last year. I'm pretty sure that's what they said.
So they just want to like match their payroll is what they're saying.
That's well, yeah, they don't know that for sure. That's just if they say, hey, we're
Oh,
not going
they're
to go over the payroll.
okay. Okay, continue. Makes sense.
So this is why I hate the Grisham signing because that's $22 million you could have added to that, where you could have
Yeah.
said, hey, I would have signed Bellinger. I would have had Dominguez and Jones compete for a spot, and I would have used the rest of that money to go get an infielder. But that's not happening. So
What infielder are you talking about? Bo
I,
Bichette?
I really want I want Bo Bichette really
Okay.
badly.
Um, do I speak now?
You can, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I don't
I
I
talked
don't
for a while.
No, that's fine. I don't want to crush your dreams, but the Yankees are not getting Bo Bichette. I would be more surprised if the Yankees got Bo Bichette than I would be if they got Kyle Tucker. I would be so surprised if they got Bo Bichette. I would love Bo Bichette. I think, funny enough, I think getting Bo Bichette would actually solve more problems for the Yankees than if they got Kyle Tucker. Because like at least in the outfield, like you still have Judge. Like, yeah, hate on Grisham all you want, but he had a good year. There's no reason to believe like that he won't replicate some part of that season last year this year. So you have two solid outfielders already, and then roll the dice with Jason Dominguez in left field, assuming you don't bring Bellinger back. That I would rather that than have Anthony Volpe at shortstop right now, who has proven what
Beloved.
like the what?
No, keep going. Go ahead.
No, no, no. How long has he been in the league now? 2, 3 years now, Anthony Volpe.
This will be his fourth year.
Yeah, so like other than the start of his 2023, that was the Soto year, correct? Other than like, right? Yeah. Other than the start, or was it 2024? I can't do math. I don't know. The start of the Soto year, that was the only time where I've ever like been like, damn, Anthony Volpe, like he's that guy. He was
No, I
like
agree.
he was our leadoff, and we were getting shown flashes of what he was going to become or what we thought he was going to become. And then in his rookie year, won a Gold Glove. Like you got a good defender, and on top of that, you got probably your leadoff guy for the foreseeable future. Those were the glimpses, the flashes that we wanted from Volpe, and we got them so early on. But now, like, you look more to present day, and you're not really getting that with Volpe. I think his confidence is down. Yes, playing in New York is such a hard thing to do. And I understand the Yankees, they put all their eggs in the Volpe basket. They don't want to cash out yet, and they don't want to make the scrambled eggs yet. They don't want to return it to Walmart or whatever. I get that. They don't want to give up after 4 years, but when you have Aaron Judge and Stanton and Garrett Cole on your team who are all looking to win their first World Series ring and probably the only ring that they will ever get. Like I don't see the Yankees winning two in the Judge era. I think it's one or none. Like you can't be throwing like you can't be throwing poker chips out there. You can't be gambling. You got to put the
Let alone
best
do that
talent
with more than
available.
one position.
Exactly. That's a great point too. I mean like every position like what would I say? I would think like maybe first base is fine. You got Rice, Jazz second. Third and short can be fixed. I'm
Question
okay.
mark.
Yeah, they're question marks. I'm okay with Wells at catcher. I understand
Also a question mark.
well, I the thing is like I understand catching is a position that like if you needed to sacrifice a bat for, it would probably be catching because there are so few like great hitting or good
All
hitting
right.
catchers in the league. And
And that's fine. Yeah.
it's vice versa. So Wells, like I'm totally fine with Wells. If catcher goes to Ben Rice in the future and they want to do something else at first base, sure, whatever. But the two big question marks, like you said, shortstop, third base, and then maybe an outfield slot, depending on what happens this offseason. If you do
Trent Grisham's also a question mark,
I think
I think.
I'm higher on Grisham more than you are for sure. Do I like the $22 million qualifying offer that he has? Absolutely not. I definitely think that kind of derailed the Yankees offseason for sure a little bit. But then again, if you didn't want him to take it, if then you should
Then you
never have even
shouldn't.
offered
Oh
it.
my
Exactly.
God.
I don't know. I find it hard to believe that the Yankees did not want him to take it. Because I think a professional
There's no way
organization,
that they would. There's no
bro,
way you would offer him that if you didn't want him to take it.
if you're a professional organization and you want absolutely no chance of someone accepting a qualifying offer, you shouldn't offer it to him.
Thank you.
Maybe I have more faith in the Yankees than you do that they're smart enough to know that. But that's where I'm at with
I
Grisham.
sure hope so.
That's where I'm at with Grisham. But um, you talked about Tucker or Bellinger. It's not one or the other. I think earlier, the way I see it, it definitely is. And I think if they miss out on Tucker, okay, I expect them to. I expect Tucker to go to the Blue Jays. I think they're going to give him like 400 million.
All right. I'm glad you brought that up
Okay.
because if Tucker is going to get that much money in that many years, do you really think the Blue Jays have a huge chance of getting him back, getting him there, and getting Bo Bichette back?
No, it was
So there you go.
I forgot who reported it, but the Blue Jays are only getting one of them. They're only
All
getting
right.
one of
So there
them.
we go.
But that is okay,
So
but that don't mean Brian Cashman and the Yankees are gonna swoop in and get both Bo and Bellinger. Hey, they're probably in the same boat. They're probably like we'll get one or the other. And I do not see them getting Bo at all. I'm very confident the Yankees will bring back Bellinger on a 6 year deal. I think they'll meet in the middle. Maybe there's an option there. The money, I have no clue. I have no clue what the money is. I'm thinking close to like 28 million for 6 years. That's my prediction.
why don't you think Bellinger will be a Yankee
I do think
or
he's gonna be
could
a
at
Yankee.
least be a Yankee?
No, I
Not
do.
Bellinger, sorry. Bo.
Like I said, I would be more surprised if the Yankees got Bo
I mean, I
Bichette
guess I would be too. I want
than if
both
they
of
got.
them because I think, listen, here's the problem.
I
The
agree.
bottom line is
I would
this.
love both of them. I would rather both of them than just Kyle Tucker. I think
Well, I'll
that's
tell you right now, unless we
fills
do
more
that, or
holes.
there's other stuff we could do, but doing stuff like that is what makes you a championship team. If they just get Bellinger and that's it, that's simply not a championship lineup. I'm sorry.
I
So,
I I agree with you
I'll
completely.
save my crash out for when that happens for another pod, but that's like I'm kind of chill toned down right now. But
I agree.
Cashman, you can't sit here in spring training and like justify these moves without some like basis of fact. And
Well,
just getting Bellinger is not. I don't want to hear about the luxury tax. I want to hear about the payroll. I want to be a championship team. You owe it to us, and you owe it to Aaron Judge. I mean, why is that so hard to understand? Like I'm tired. I'm tired. It's every year we have a free agent on the market and we get one, and they're like, "Oh, we might do more," and we don't do anything
oh,
else.
the way the Yankees are thinking right now is if you look at the team statistics from last year, the
I
Yankees.
understand that they led the league in runs. They led the league in
Exactly.
OBP.
So
They
that's what they're looking at, and they're like, okay, let's bring the team back because we were the best hitting team in the AL. They're the way they're thinking is there's no reason to add an extra $200 million worth of payroll for Kyle Tucker when you can spend $200 million less with Cody Bellinger, who
and
aided
more.
who aided in contributing to that big offensive season the Yankees did have last season. Like that's just
Right,
the way they're
but
thinking
the
about it.
guys that performed last year aren't guaranteed to have the same seasons as they did last year. You can't really.
So okay, but that you can use that same argument then for like Bo Bichette or Kyle Tucker then. Like that can be applied to anyone.
Yeah, I guess, but I'm just saying, like, if you get the guys that are available, because it doesn't matter. Despite all those stats, you still have holes that need to be fixed. And you just sitting there and not addressing those holes is what frustrates me, and I'm sure frustrates you.
Yeah, but like I don't I don't think they're gonna do anything, big dog. Like I don't know what else to tell you. Like I think they're
I mean,
gonna
listen, it's not as bad because listen, I think our rotation has the chance to be the best in all of baseball if it stays healthy and if the guys that are supposed to come back perform the way they were when they were
okay.
healthy.
Okay.
We might get Freddie Peralta. I don't, did I put that on? We get to talk about that later.
That's
But
oh, John Heyman, the Diamondbacks have interest
no,
in the no, hold on. The Diamondbacks have interest in Alex Bregman. It'll be interesting to see how this could affect the Ketel trade talks. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Off
I
topic,
guess
but
I wanted Bregman, but again,
they're not okay. They're not
like
getting
that's the
Bregman, bro.
problem. Our whole left side of the infield is platoon players: McMahon, Caballero, Rosario. Like, oh my gosh.
I think those are great platoon players.
Yeah, they're not everyday players, and the Yankees plan on using them as everyday players.
No,
They're platoon players.
McMahon's platooning
With who?
with Rosario.
So who's playing shortstop?
That's probably gonna be Caballero, or I could totally see them putting Oswaldo there.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's coming back.
See, that's what the Yankees are thinking is like, look, we don't need to go after Bo Bichette because look, if Volpe really does poop the bed, we have Caballero and we have
That's
Oswaldo we can
not a
throw out
good
there.
fallback. And
I'm
you know
Johnny.
it.
Johnny, I don't agree with the decision either, but I'm just telling you that's what the Yankees are thinking. That's how they're thinking. And I'm a lot more of a realistic Yankee fan than most people. Like this golden era that you're thinking of they should go out and get Bregman, Tucker, like 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 if this was George Steinbrenner, maybe there's a chance in hell.
But
But like
no, it's
it's
like, listen,
never
like
happening. Bro,
that's
not
my
like
problem. Like the Yankees, Hal Steinbrenner, I don't care what you say. Like I get it, the argument that he's not like his dad is stupid. I don't want him to be like his dad. I just want the guy to seem like he wants to win a little more than he does now. I mean, my God, you met the media and weren't even like didn't express any frustration. Just like, yeah, well, we have the luxury tax, we have a lot of expenses. I don't know if we're gonna lower the payroll. Like, I don't want to hear about that, bro. No one wants to. We don't believe you, number one, and number two, we're all mad.
well he never once he said ideally he would like to lower the payroll, but he never said he was going to. I think that's what he kept stressed. That's what he was stressing to media. Like he never once said he was going to lower payroll. And as far as we
Well, he
know,
hasn't.
we don't know the Yankees budget. Like past years, we've kind of been given like a budget. This year, we have no idea what the budget is. People are just speculating. So
Yeah, I guess
I don't know
I
what the
don't know,
limits are.
man. I see a guy in Aaron Judge, and I'm like really like it makes me sick to my stomach that there's a very good chance we might not win a championship with him. Like I seriously believe that. Like
I don't
it's
think we are, man. I'm telling you. I've said
like
it. Like I think if the Yankees miss out on Kyle Tucker, I don't think they win a World Series with Aaron
we're
Judge.
not getting Kyle Tucker.
I understand that. So automatically, I don't think they win a World Series. And the only my only reasoning behind that is because like Tucker is like the last like big free agent available for a while. Like all the big free agents in recent years have already signed their careers away with the teams that they're on right now. So I'm not saying Kyle Tucker is the missing piece. He's just the best piece in the right direction for the Yankees. So if they pass out on Tucker, they pass on Tucker, which it seems like they're going to do, I'm standing very firm for the next five, however many years Judge is under contract for. They're not winning a World Series. Now, unless some superstar becomes available in a trade all of a sudden, like Juan Soto,
Tatis.
well, Tatis would be an example, but like what Juan Soto was and what Devers was, like those are examples of like big in season trades that could change the trajectory of the Yankees, but
Uh-huh.
you just cannot rely on that, especially in a sport like baseball. That's more likely to happen in like basketball. Baseball, not
Hmm.
really. So that's how I feel on the matter. Um, I think all that's really left to discuss is starting pitching, and you kind of touched on it a little
Oh
bit.
God.
You mentioned
I mean,
that
where do we even start?
I'll start with this. You think that when fully healthy, the Yankees could have the best rotation in baseball. So why don't you touch on that? Why you think that, and who from
All
the
right.
Yankees organization is your ideal starting five?
So let's see who we have now, just without making any additions. You've got
Sure.
Garrett Cole, you've
Okay.
got Max Fried,
Okay.
you've got Carlos Rodon, you've
Yes.
got Cam Schlittler, and you've got Luis Heel and Clark Schmidt. That alone is a terrifying rotation. And
That's a very good six, but I think a lot of people are hurt. Like Rodon's not going to be ready
but
for
yeah,
opening day.
so I'm so that and that's why I think they should get a guy to like hold down the fort
Okay.
until like one of them are healthy. But I think come playoff time, if we could like everyone, that's the important part. So I think I have faith that we can do things to mitigate the injuries and just have somebody like get there, get a win maybe, and just like be competitive. Just be a competitive pitcher. I trust Cashman to do that. I really do. That's the one thing where I'm like he usually does a good job at that, number one, and also building the bullpen. So I'm not worried about either of those two things. I wouldn't hate to see a trade for Freddie Peralta. I wouldn't hate to see who else is on there. What's his name? Mackenzie Gore on there.
I think
Uh,
they're getting Sandy.
the Yankees.
Mhm.
Wow. I mean, I wouldn't hate that either. So.
I think
There,
Sandy. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, yeah, that's like the bottom line. I mean, there's Scooble, but I don't think we're gonna get Scooble.
No,
Uh,
no. Yeah, no. Yankees like to work in the shadows, and when they do make trades, sometimes it's like very unexpected. So like I mean we're hearing a lot of Peralta, we're hearing a lot of Mackenzie Gore. I think this could be like a Jazz Chisholm scenario where like they trade with the Marlins again. They've made a lot of trade with the Marlins in recent years.
mhm.
So they know how they work. Marlins clearly like the prospects the Yankees have. I think Sandy's on a 15, $16 million deal for 2 years. Like if Sandy can go back to a Cy Young form or anything close to that, that's a really good contract for Sandy Alcantara. That's what I think would happen. But
Mhm.
I would love Freddie Peralta. Like I would absolutely love that.
Yeah, I would too. Especially because you can never have too much pitching.
Exactly.
That's like a big belief for me and a lot of other fans out there.
Mhm.
It's something you need, and for all we know, like some guys that are healthy, Rodon, I would not be surprised if all of Rodon comes back and sucks. Would not. Uh,
Yeah,
and we don't know.
yeah.
We really don't know what Garrett Cole is going to give us coming back from Tommy John. That's always such a big question mark. So it's good to have like the more you have, the more guarantee you are for at least like a safety net, if you will. Because if I think the Yankees have any chance at winning a championship, it's how reliant and how big this rotation is going to be. Because I think that if you have a strong rotation, you can beat anybody. And I really think this rotation, I think we could stop any team in the AL and arguably the Dodgers. But yeah,
Really?
there's a lot of stuff, man. Yeah, I mean, dude, like if let's just say I really think like, and we saw it. I have so much faith in Cam Schlittler. I
Okay.
think he's going to be our ace in the next 3 years. I think he's going to learn a ton under Garrett Cole and Max Fried and even Rodon. You got Heel there too as a young pup who showed a lot of promise a year ago. I think we're good, man. Like I think that really is going to be a really solid rotation if everything comes together. So yeah, man, like Cashman, you gotta do something to increase this production of the offense. There's no excuse to not get somebody. And I'm waiting. We're waiting. The clock is ticking.
All right. Well, like The Yankees, per Jack Curry, are more likely to trade for a starter than sign one. So the only starters
So
that
who would
like,
that be?
well, like, okay, the only starters that I'm thinking that they could sign is Michael King has been heavily
Oh
floated.
yeah, I forgot about that.
Michael King has been heavily floated. Ime, sorry, my face went red. Ime
Oh
is
yeah.
also a good option. Ime, I don't know how to pronounce his name properly,
We're
but
not trading for him though.
no,
That's a
but
signing.
that's what I'm saying. They're more likely to trade for
Oh,
someone than sign one. So like
okay.
I'm just talking about like the free agent pitchers that they
No,
could
okay, all right, all right.
trade. Um, who are there some good pitchers they could maybe trade for? We already said Sandy,
Is we said Mackenzie Gore.
Mackenzie Gore. I doubt it, but
There's
um,
obviously Scooble. I mean,
Scooble not getting traded, man. I He is not getting traded.
you don't think they're gonna trade for him? He's gonna walk next year. You might as well. Do you know how much value he you can get for him too?
I don't there's been not enough smoke around that rumor this offseason to the point where I believe that it's gonna happen. And if it was gonna
Hmm.
happen, I would think winter meetings would have been the time. That's usually where all the big moves happen. And not many big moves happen at winter meetings. It was just Alonso
Well,
and the downfall of the Mets.
Alonso, Schwarber, Diaz. Yeah, that's really it.
Yeah, compared to prior years, it's like it was whatever. A lot of people expected more, and considering that you do have guys like Tucker and Bregman and Scooball, like maybe getting traded, considering you had all that, there was not a lot of action at the winter meetings.
Well, the good news is those guys are still available. And that's again why I'm so calm right now and so down to earth. But this is going to be a very different pod when this off season is over. I can
Mhm.
tell you that.
Well, like I you like Bregman, you're probably mentioning
I
referencing
don't
Alex
see yet.
Bregman.
Yeah, all these guys can help you win if you just get one of them. Like I really believe that. Like,
I
you
mean,
know, like
I completely agree with you. At the end of the day, though, they might not want to play in New York, and you just have to accept that.
there's no way. All right, I get that narrative, but there's no way that all three of them are gonna say, I don't want to play next to Aaron Judge and be on a competitive championship team. There's no
Well,
way.
Screwball
No
doesn't
way.
have a say. If Screwball gets traded, he gets traded. He has
That's
no
one
say
guy.
in that.
I mean, I look at this. This is the big three. Bellinger. Well, Bellinger we know wants to be a Yankee, but those that's the most realistic one. The other three are Tucker, Bichette, and Bregman. There's no way that all three of those guys are gonna say, "Nah, I don't want to play in New York." There's just no way. We're not that hated.
Well,
Like,
Bichette, I think, said he wouldn't mind playing in New York.
go
Bregman,
get them.
Bregman played in Boston, and if you're willing to play in Boston, I'd be surprised if you're not willing to play in New York because
Exactly.
the fan bases are practically just as toxic. And Tucker, I mean, I don't know. Tucker's a lot more of a. I don't think it has any effect on Tucker. I think if Tucker really did not want to play New York, I think we would know at this point. But Tucker is a lot more like laid back. Like he's not really like in the limelight a lot. So if reports did come out and he wanted to go to like a more chill place, like if he wanted to go back to Chicago, which I know is not happening, I would not be surprised as well. Or no, he's not going back to Houston. They are cheap. Houston is cheap.
I listen. Like, you cannot let the Blue Jays get him, and we just do like a small move because that's just like I don't buy it. Like, I really don't. I want to like. There's no excuse to not get Bellinger and Bichette. When Volpe comes back, you just move Bichette to third and let Volpe play shortstop if you want him to
Dog,
play that bad.
it's not that easy, bro. You can't just move a shortstop to third base and just call it a day.
Why? Why not?
You just can't do that, dude. It's not that easy. Like I understand they're pros. It's not that easy to just move someone to a new position.
Jazz did it.
That's different. Jazz was willing to, but you can tell Jazz was not a good defensive third baseman. Maybe Bo Bichette's like, sure, I'll play third base. But that don't mean he's going to be good. That's the one thing that people take for granted with Ryan McMahon. I would like, trust me, in a heartbeat, I would replace McMahon with someone else at third base. But his defense is immaculate, and you know it. I know it. Every
I
Yankee
do
fan
know
knows it.
it. I understand that, but how many games are you going to win because of his defense? And how many games are you going to win with someone that's bad defense
Well,
has good offense?
I was saying there is no winning with that argument because like
Fine. I
everyone was complaining about Jazz's defense at third base, and then if you go out and say they got like a Eugenio Suarez. Oh wait, no, that's kind of the same argument. All right, wait, hold on. Everyone was complaining about Jazz's defense at third base, right? And then they got a defense only like third baseman. who plays great defense but has no bat, and people are complaining about that. So they're complaining about both sides of.
I don't ever, you'll never find me complaining about defense. I think that's like such a,
Did you not just say like how many times is defense going to win you championships?
I said how many times I was comparing a guy that plays good defense. How many games is that guy going to win you versus a guy that's not a good defender and is a great offensive player? I say the offensive player every time. His name's Juan Soto, by the way.
How do we go from third base to Juan Soto?
I'm just using him as an example to show this guy has been known for his bad defense, and he's the highest paid player in baseball.
Okay.
So
But like Juan Soto, a generational
I
hitter,
understand
is
generational hitter.
vastly different from like Jazz Chisholm and Ryan McMahon. Yes, anyone would gladly take like someone of that caliber if it sacrifices defense. But like it's like when you're looking at like smaller tier guys like McMahon and Jazz, like it people like to think it's interchangeable, or like I said, there's no winning that argument.
Yeah, oh my God.
I would love
I
Ime. Off topic. He wants to beat the Dodgers.
There's also a Japanese third baseman, by the way. I forgot who
Is that
what his
about
name was.
Munataka? I don't think he
Yeah,
plays.
yeah.
I don't think he plays third. I think he'd primarily be first base.
So then that's like, bro, like honestly, bro, why is Volpe
Which
having like
I'm
I pray to God that Volpe, this injury is what was holding him back. Because I can't do it. Like, there's no way you're gonna ride this guy
well.
out for nothing. It's like Zach Wilson all over again, bro, with the Jets. Like, my
Uh,
God,
they're about to say Zach. I was like, why is Zach getting mentioned?
no.
Did Zach ever play through injury for anything? Definitely. He definitely did.
Oh my God, dude. Like, I don't understand what their plan is, bro, and that's what's so scary.
Well, Johnny, it's not even New Year's yet. It's not even Christmas.
I
Almighty
get it. That's
stars.
why I'm not screaming and yelling right now. But like, I'm just like, I know who they value, and I know the circumstances that we've been given, so I
Mhm.
just don't know what they're gonna do with given those circumstances. Like
Well,
it's so like I can't really complain about anything yet because like
sorry.
given that the off season's not over
Okay.
is what I mean.
Okay. Well, here's what I think. I read somewhere early in the offseason that Tucker would not sign until after New Year's. And then yesterday, I think I just read that Bellinger will not sign until Tucker signs or something. Or Bellinger might wait till Tucker
It's gonna
signs.
be a long time.
Exactly. And that's the one complaint I think a lot of people have about baseball. Like the offseason is just too long. And like there's just so much dead space when you compare it to like the NBA when everything is like moving so quickly. MLB is just a snail's pace. And don't get me wrong, I love the MLB more than the NBA. Or at least I would think I'm a little bit more passionate about it in today's day and age, especially when you look at the state of the Yankees versus the Brooklyn Nets. Like I have good reason to. But like it's got to be better, man. There's
It
just got
does
to be
have to be better.
like these Japanese players have a deadline. I think some of them have to like the 22nd. Munetaka Murakami has until the 22nd to sign with an MLB team, I believe. And I have heard no rumors at all about him. I have no idea what he's looking for, no idea where he's going to sign, no idea how much money he's going to
Well,
command.
I think yeah. I don't I think that just because we're not hearing rumors about a certain person that that team, whoever it is not talking to them. Like you know what I mean? Like just because there's no Yankee reports on a certain player doesn't mean we're trying to pursue somebody.
I know. That's what I said before about like Jazz and maybe Sandy. Like Cashman likes to work in the shadows. Like
Hmm.
the Soto trade was like the worst kept secret. Everyone knew it was gonna happen. It was just a matter of when. I can't recall like another time where I wasn't surprised about a Yankee trade. Like Frankie Montas, there were rumors about that. Um,
Benintendi. I didn't
w-
think we were gonna get. I remember we got Benintendi. I didn't excited to see that
there
come.
were some rumors about Benintendi. There were some Joey Gallo rumors for sure. I think that was another incident where it was like it's just a matter of when. But then you look at random trades, like at least Jazz. I could be remembering it wrong. I don't remember like almost any Jazz like news coming out. The whole Harrison Bader trade for Montgomery was
Hmm.
that was like out of the blue.
Donaldson
Um,
for Gio Urshela.
Perfect example. Donaldson and Gary Sanchez for I or Donaldson and IKF for Urshela and Gary Sanchez. That was out of the blue. Um, Max Fried, there were reports, but to me, that was they were kind of out of the blue reports. I didn't think there was a chance in hell the Yankees were going to get Max Fried. I was very surprised
I
when they got
agree.
Max Fried. There were rumors about Carlos Rodon. There were rumors about Garrett Cole. Um, that's really all I can think of at the moment in recent
Yeah.
years. So yeah, it's just Cashman likes to work in the shadows at times. But if there is smoke, then there is fire. So keep in mind for the names that the
Listen,
Yankees are tied to.
I'm just saying, Catchman, if you're ever gonna by any chance watch this show, and I highly doubt you are,
I'm
just
looking for an internship, by the way, Yankees.
please, please, please do something to make us a better team. That's all I ask. That's it. And I'm so calm right now. And this is going to be a very different conversation in the next couple months. That's my final
I, I
thing I have
think
to say.
I think Cashman telling you like that if he were to sign Bellinger that the team's better.
What do you mean?
Like I think Cashman would like justify him just signing Bellinger and calling it an off season.
I mean,
And like he
sure,
he would
because
tell you that the team's better.
sure. I mean, I
You
don't
don't
know.
sound too happy about that.
Because like you just have so many problems that like listen, like the team's better if Spencer Jones and Dominguez performing. We don't know that. The team's better if Volpe plays better. We don't know that. The team's better if Trent Grisham brings in what he brought in last year, and we don't know that. There's so many question marks that if those things go wrong, we're screwed, bro. Bellinger's also shown that he's a streaky player. He's had some bad seasons. Like he
That
might not
was
even be as good as he was last year.
that was injury, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot what problem he had. He like broke his elbow or something and just couldn't hit.
Oh yeah, I just please
All right.
just sign somebody. God
Well,
Almighty, like God
well,
forbid.
this seemed like your last hoorah, Stevens, but we are running out of time, so we are gonna have to end the show. But before we go, Johnny, is there anything else that you want to say to our lovely viewers?
No, uh, everybody be safe out there. A lot of
Yeah.
stuff going on in the world. We should probably touch on that. Keep being with family during this time of year. December is always a great time to be with family, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah. This is episode what, Johnny?
71.
71. So we will see you all on episode 72 of the Do You Know Ball podcast. Everyone, stay safe. See you guys next time.